and welcome to Lights Out Improv, where I have gathered 6 of the most talented improvisers I know to join me and perform an auditory auditory play for you for your listening pleasure. We're gonna make some stuff up, make up a whole show for you right on the spot, and let's just bring the cast out right away.
Yay!
Yay!
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ask you for a suggestion from. So anybody watching online live can just throw out a suggestion, and we'll get going. As we wait for a suggestion, we will just talk amongst ourselves.
As you do, obviously.
God, without a suggestion, I don't even know where to start.
Yes.
Hmm.
Do we get a suggestion to talk among ourselves first?
Yeah, I think I'll need that personally.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. You're suggesting that we talk among ourselves while we wait for a suggestion.
Yes. I'm suggesting we talk amongst ourselves while we wait for a suggestion. And
I hope it's suggestive.
oh, that'd be
Yeah.
excellent.
It
Oh.
can
But not
be.
too suggestive.
So any
Oh,
suggestion
you're
at all
very,
from the audience to get us started with our improvised play that we're going to be putting on for you.
By the
For
way,
your
I've got
listening
Jane
pleasure.
live on chat, so she may reject the suggestion that people give us, just so you
Let's
know.
Keep that in mind.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's what we want to do.
Perfect.
Has anyone ever gotten a provocative suggestion before, like a truly suggestive
Yeah, like-
suggestion?
Well,
We've all
Oh,
got
I mean-
you know what? I can think of.
well, we
roll
got a
out.
very suggestive suggestion right now. It's
Ooh.
butter.
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 Oh,
Butter.
Butter.
Okay.
Thank
Butter.
you.
like butter.
Thanks.
So,
Anybody here-
Jeremy, you're a chef. What's your favorite recipe that you base off of butter?
Well, first of all, I'm flattered to be called a chef, but I do not self-identify as a chef. I self-identify as a competent home cook, which I think is distinctive. If I was given a stick of butter and told to create a meal out of that, I don't know. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. I primarily use butter as a finishing device,
Oh.
or occasionally as a medium for cooking, a fat in the pan.
Is it?
that sort
Do
of
you use
thing.
actual butter or is it margarine? Because I know, the
Uh,
substitutes can people.
I don't use margarine, but I often use a product known as ghee, which
Oh,
is
yeah, of
the clarified butter where all the solids have been taken off. Because I actually find cooking with butter very frustrating because I always burn the solids.
Yeah.
So I'm a
He
I'm a
has
Can't
ghee
get too
that-
fan.
hot.
He has that pleasant cheesy flavor too. Just a pleasant
Mm,
cheesiness.
Pleasant,
Like-
cheesy flavor.
See,
It's always too hot when you're around. Just every
Yes, it is.
time, it's too hot.
I don't want to put too much pressure, but I agree with Frederick. It is way too hot when you're around.
I'm sorry, I'm devoid of solids. I don't know what you want from me. I'm just
Well-
made to get warm.
You could maybe stand a little further away. I don't want to put this all on you. It's just Carl and I get a little uncomfortable because it's so hot anytime you're near us.
You know, I
And this
don't.
isn't a criticism. We're not criticizing you, just to be
Yeah.
clear. We're trying to support you. That's what we want you to know.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not sure. I've been doing the exercises. You know, I've been trying to bring my body core temp down.
It's really important for me to know, for you to know that neither Frederick or I would ever discriminate against people who are without substance. That's what we
Right.
want you to know.
you're a superheated plasma, and we accept that. But could you just take like 2 steps back, because I'm up against the wall right now, and there's literally no further back I can get. You're just a furnace.
All right. Okay. Is that
Thank you.
is this helpful? Is that? I mean, I feel, there's enough social distancing in our world now. I have to keep distance, but I guess, I'll do whatever I can for the team.
We appreciate it. We're trying, Carl and I, we're really trying not to put this all on you. It's just, you're about 3,000 degrees Kelvin, and we're not.
I know that you want me to know that you would never discriminate against someone based on the fact that they're superheated plasma. I get that, but I can't help but feel a little ostracized.
Oh, Frederick, I'm now uncomfortable that she's uncomfortable.
So am I.
I'm really uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I cannot hear you.
I was just saying, my spouse and I are getting remarried, and we want the theme to be pleasant cheesiness.
Yes, so like cheese in your cheesecakes and your soufflés and your cake, and also in your puns.
Sure, more the puns direction though.
Yes.
Like this is a French bistro, so maybe like oh boy, some sort of like, like Ratatouille vibe, the movie, not the dish. Maybe some like I don't know, some like really like kind of mediocre Eiffel Tower reproductions. Just like kind of like cheesy, but in a good way.
We can do the mediocre Eiffel Tower, of course. It has to be during the day, though, as during the night copyright. We don't want any of that. So during the day, Eiffel Tower, and then we just throw it out at night so that nobody is to pay extra for your secondary wedding.
There's so much that you just said there that has confused me. So why is there copyright issues at a restaurant, number one? The second question that comes to mind is, why is it only during the day? And third of all, what happens here at night?
Well, during the night, it becomes, we don't do the French restaurant during the night. During the night, we actually turn into a Mexican restaurant. That way that everything is okay.
Do you change your persona as well?
But of course.
Well, I mean, it's. I think I see the sun going down right now. I don't know if we're at the official horizon point,
the
but
Eiffel Tower. The chef is getting ready to throw out the Eiffel Tower.
So what do you bring in instead? I'm sorry, this is way more interesting than talking about my marriage rededication. This like fascinating fly-by-night restaurant. Do you guys need help? Like I can do events, I can do graphic design. I have a lot of experience. There's my card, my contact information. I'm just so tickled by this little place.
Si, senor. During the night, we bring in a taco.
One taco?
It's a big taco.
Okay, so I understand I'm supposed to be, posing here for your Lady Liberty statue, but I just don't feel inside like I can convey liberty. How do you present liberty as a concept like with this body?
Just hold the pose. Hold the pose.
But would liberty for example, this right arm, how did you pick that as this torch-bearing arm? it feels false to me. I think I've always kind of favored my left. I don't know, is it sort of
You favor your left arm?
a little bit? I kind of
Why
blow
do you
with my
hate
left.
freedom?
No, I love freedom. I just
Everybody
don't know that
knows if you favor your left arm, if you use your left arm more than your right, you're an enemy to freedom. So keep that right arm held high.
Well, okay,
You're going to have to move your lips a little less.
okay. Well, but how do I convey the weight of it, the weight of the whole thing? I mean, I want to serve your vision, George, but I don't know that I'm the one. Maybe somebody else could better represent, someone more right-handed.
Louis, you're doing great. Now, if you could just squint your eyes a little bit, like you're in pain.
Pain? That liberty is pain?
Yes, pain. Pain and suffering. It's how we all gained our liberties.
So I'm kind of squinting as if in agony. The birth pangs of the nation?
That's right. Now lift your arm a little bit higher. Higher. Keep it up. You got to keep it up. Don't bend that elbow.
Well, my doctor said if I don't have enough circulation going, it's it kind of like a rhombosis or something, a thrombosis that runs in the family. It's sort of it's a syndrome. I've told you, George, that we can't do these long stretches.
Louis, you're going to be a symbol for all time.
Squinting.
An all-time symbol of liberty and freedom. And you're complaining about a little sore arm?
I just worry that if I had, like a stroke or something, or in the midst of it all, it would be kind of, in a crucial moment that could like throw off the art, and then what happens to the country?
What will happen to the country, Louis? Think about.
What will happen in?
That's like a cliffhanger,
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
It's like, and when I watch a cliffhanger on a good Netflix show, it kind of annoys me because it could be a year, it could be
Right.
2 years before, or maybe never.
Yeah, they've taken it off the air and put it on some other network that you didn't know existed.
That's
There
also-
goes another $20.
Ron, let me tell you a solution to your problem. Watch only network television from the early aughts because it's all out there. Michelle and I are currently in season 12 of ER. I don't know if you knew that ER went 12 seasons. It goes 15 seasons. Are we in 13 now?
Maybe. Listen, guys, Clooney gone.
Yes.
Way gone.
But Noah Wiley's like there for every
No.
season, I think.
He left.
Wiley's gone.
Wiley's out.
Oh wow.
Wiley's
I know
out.
Julianne Margulies is gone because she left with Clooney, not to
Oh,
spoil
she's way
things for
gone.
people.
She's way
Yeah.
gone. Let me tell you what's gone. In season 13. The theme song is gone.
Are they
They
no longer
eliminated
even in
the theme
Chicago?
song.
Did they go to a different city? Are they in Detroit?
Well, don't even get me started. That's for another
Is it
venue.
still
Gosh.
doctors?
They are still doctors. That's
Okay.
Well, at least
still
something
doctors.
stayed
Yeah.
the same.
Is it
At
a
least
pediatric practice
something
now? They're
stayed
not
the
doing
same.
ER stuff
At
anymore.
least something stays the same.
At least something
least
stays the
something
same.
stays the
At least
same.
some things stay the same.
So we made some accommodations.
Beautiful
Wait.
accommodations. Beautiful.
You don't even need to, guys. You don't even need to. Frederick, Carl, don't worry about it. Can't you tell? I de-ionized. I'm a gas.
You're a gas now.
Yeah, just let
Whoa.
all that negative energy go. Got rid of those ions. I am in the breeze.
Is being a gas really what you want it to be?
The gas.
Philomena, we really care about what you wanted. I mean, I know it sometimes seems like Frederick and I are very opinionated, but the one opinion we have is it really matters what you want to do.
Yeah.
I-
We just spent like 3 months' salary that we've been saving up, and we got ourselves 2 heat-proof environment containment suits so that we could lug around some protection. They're custom fit, and you know, they're not returnable or refundable. But
Frederick and I don't care. We look like 2 Jiffy Pop guys. That's what we look like. We look like we're about to pop up a bunch of popcorn, and we're fine with that because
we'll find all sorts of uses for these. They look great. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I bet like you could visit a volcano. You could go to the surface of the sun, maybe. Very, very hot springs, I'm sure, are no problem for you. Listen, I really appreciate that you all are so supportive and that you made these choices, the 2 of you, to accommodate me, my identity. But the thing is, sometimes people ostracize you for a reason. And that reason was for me to lose all of my negativity.
Philomena, I'm not saying I speak for Frederick when I say this, but you're the best boss we've ever had, and we would never want to be seen as having ostracized anyone.
Yeah. You. And if you want to be negative, that can just be part of your leadership style. Like,
yeah.
It's okay. I'm saying, I need you to know that I know that you knew that you were pushing me to be a better version of myself, and incidentally to lose my 300 Kelvin degree temperature and just really sort of blend in with the surface air.
I'm now uncomfortable because I thought that feedback was anonymous. I thought it was anonymous.
Darling, so instead of a wedding, we're opening a restaurant? What was that?
No, we're not opening a restaurant. We're doubling down on an existing restaurant. This place is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. Okay? Hear me out, Robinette. Okay?
Okay, all right.
So, during the day, tell them, during the day.
Oui, during the day, we are a wonderful French restaurant. We serve all of the best, all of the finest foods in all of France.
All of the finest foods. They're available right here. Okay, and then when the sun sets, like the werewolf called to a full moon, the restaurant transforms into a
Mexican restaurant. Si, senor. We have giant taco. We bring in everything. Very good. Muchas gracias.
My God.
Many thanks.
Is that what that means?
Right? That's what that means. Many thanks. I've been studying. Robinette, this is what we're going to spend all that money on a second wedding because I flubbed the vows the first time and, whatever. But why don't we double down on this restaurant? We can really help out this garçon and really shift this place up, really get it going. Because the accent is a little broad. I think we could refine that.
Yeah.
The food's a little broad. I think we could refine that too. But it's just a crazy idea, know?
No, the concept is it's larger than our love. It's which actually with the flubbed lines, there's been some doubts, but by committing.
Okay, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about
You're right, it's much
the
more
largesse of our love. No. We're talking about a new passion, a new output for our passion. And Philippe over here, he's the man, or at night, Pedro, he's the guy.
Wow.
They's the guy. I don't even know. Do you change? Maybe have you considered becoming an animal, Philippe? Like some sort of like protean? I don't know. I've got a lot of ideas. I'm very excited.
I haven't seen you this animated in 10 years. You're like reborn.
But what happened 10 years ago, Robinette?
Well,
cut to that.
Darling, I
hold on. I can get through these vows, okay? I can get through them, okay? Richard, no. Ray. Christopher Robin. I will take you to the sea and love you there for all time,
Are you just striking back at me because I wouldn't make your favorite meal last night?
I'm not striking back. I'm having some trouble. I'm very nervous.
We've dreamed of
Sorry,
this
everybody.
day.
Sorry, everybody. We're working it out. We're gonna get there. Just please be patient. Okay.
Mom, I'm not going to say you were right, but I'm seeing it. I'm seeing what you're talking about.
What are you
Back
talking
to
about?
present day. Yes, it seems like you two have had some issues in the past, but I tell you that a double-sided restaurant, it is the perfect thing to fix any marriage.
It's
The
incredible. It's on
French.
hydraulics. It like rotates. This is everything.
Wow.
It's like a second chance. It's like a second chance, Robinette.
So seriously, it's like this the entire time?
That's right. You are the image of strength and wisdom. It's just, if you could stop blinking so much, just eyes wide open. They have to be wide. That's the image, the ultimate image of knowledge. Just those wide open eyes.
Yeah. My cheekbones are suffering a little.
Suffering is strength. That's the whole point. You are wisdom, you are strength. Now I'm just gonna need you to stand on just the one leg.
That wasn't in the paperwork.
Everybody knows the sign of intelligence is good balance.
Well, how come this guy over here isn't holding up the Statue of Liberty sign anymore?
Louis, arm up.
It hurts, damn it.
Yeah, no shit. This job is full of pain.
Louis, that's a left arm. Louis, left arm down. What?
If I go sideways, I think I can get the angle right. Look, you didn't have to try to one-up me and get around me by bringing in all these other art geniuses. These younger models with their flamboyant ways and their postures.
Louis, do you want to be immortalized? Do you want to be immortalized in art or not?
I was asked to balance on one leg. It's not my fault that looks flamboyant.
Look, I just want to support your vision without having it cause, internal damage to my vein structure.
Louis, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take for my art.
Well, that sounds good when you say it, but I'm the one that's here holding the torch. I'm always left holding the torch for you, George.
Ray, you had me under the spotlight earlier. I'm going to return the favor. What's something you feel like you hold the torch for? Like something that you feel like you're like the last person like still advocating for?
The last person advocating.
Yeah, it's like, for example, Michelle and I are holding the torch for season 13 of ER, right? It's important to us, but no one else. So what's something that you feel that way about?
I really think I might be the only person who puts both ketchup and mustard on my hot dog.
That was standard.
I do too.
Yeah?
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm way off. Wow.
You got to support me.
It's been nice knowing all of you, but I actually am required as a native Chicagoan to leave the room. I can't be around you people.
That's right.
Oh, I can make it worse. I do hot dogs dry. Just plain.
You know what?
That's
you know what?
worse.
There's a time and a place for a dry dog.
It's just hard to get green relish.
I respect that, but just don't put the ketchup on the hot dog.
It's made for. I mean, it's made for ketchup. That's
Yeah, that's.
It's
Yeah,
like saying don't put the jelly with the peanut butter. Like hot dogs and ketchup are like simpatico. It's actually weird not to have it.
it was so
wouldn't put
hard.
like
I grew up in the suburban Illinois, so it's like I wasn't a Sox fan, I was a Cubs fan, and I put ketchup on hot dogs. I was ignorant.
Yeah.
I didn't know better. And
You know what I'm
did you
waiting
just drag Cubs fans? Is that something that just happened, Blaine?
no, I am a Cubs fan, but everyone from Chicago be like, "Oh, you must be from like the suburbs. Oh, what? You like vacation in Arizona? What's your deal? All real Chicagoans are Sox fans. All real Chicagoans don't have ketchup on their hot dogs. All real Chicagoans, have jobs." And I'm like, "Wow, it's rough."
You know what I'm looking forward to, everybody? This is for everybody.
All right.
I'm looking forward to the apocalypse for a lot of reasons that I won't go into here. But most of all, I'm looking forward to making my way west. And when I get to Chicago with my store of ketchup, because like any good person raised in Pittsburgh, I have several bottles in the back.
Of course,
Right.
as you
just in
do.
case, a backup. And in the apocalypse, ketchup is going to be like a magical food, a magical condiment that makes, whatever the hell we're eating better. And when I run into someone who identifies as a person from Chicago, I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I will tell you. You know what's going to make it easy to identify when the apocalypse has come? Season 13 of the ER.
Season 13 of ER.
Season 13.
Season 13.
Apocalypse.
I just feel like we're not connecting like we
Not
used
at all.
to back when you were still a superheated plasma. It feels like something has changed in our relationship.
Oh,
Important elements have left.
important elements have left. And I've really downsized, guys. I've condensed into a liquid.
Oh, you're just taking the shape of your container.
That's right. That's right. And going with the flow and
Oh,
feeling
it's so.
fluid.
I'm kind of uncomfortable with all these phase changes because I think you're phasing because of us. And I don't want to speak for Frederick when I say that we liked you just how you were before. You were a great boss. You gave us vacation days when we asked for them, and you were a little tough on people, but that was fine. We were fine with that.
It was hard to get close to you, but like we had a lot of respect for you because even with all that negativity, you had an energy. You were aggressive. Now you're just whatever container you're in, that's just your shape now.
Carl, Frederick, let me give you some advice as your boss, right? As your friendly boss, as someone you respect, as someone you like hanging around. If you're going to be successful in business, you got to evolve. You got to change with the phases. You got to read the room and be able to adapt. And I have no one but you all to thank for sending me on that journey. So, I mean, I would advise you guys, let go of your solidity.
Philomena, I feel things are getting a little too dense for me. I feel a little uncomfortable because of that. I'm not blaming you, but and again, I'm not speaking for Frederick, but I feel that you're becoming more dense because of things we may or may not have said in your presence.
I mean, if this is what you want to be, we can't stop you, but it's really changing our relationship. It's like in the 13th season of ER when all of the principal cast was gone and they weren't even doing like the same kind of medicine anymore. That's what it feels like right now. You went from just being so on fire with your passion for work to, oh God, that's a crystal forming right there. You're solidifying.
And it wasn't Frederick who said this, but someone did say that you kind of reminded them of a helicopter falling on top of someone. And it wasn't me or Frederick.
No, it was neither one of us. We were not talking about that together.
At all.
Ever. That was not a thing that happened.
Not
Ever.
ever.
Tag out all but Philomena. So I'm looking at your resume and I'm really impressed. And I wanted to see if you could talk about one thing in particular. It says here that you're very proficient in many phases of business. Could
That's
you
correct.
just talk about that a little bit? I'm really interested to hear about that.
So it's all about density and temperature and the proximity of one molecule to the next.
I got Jeremy. Hello. So it's important. I see you've moved around from between a lot of organizations, and we're really looking for someone who can be flexible. Do you think you can kind of adapt? And I mean, could you maybe like tell us a story? Like this is, we're doing behavioral based, and so if you could just illustrate with a story, some of how you've been flexible.
If I could just ask you something, sir. It's a little cold in here. If you could just bump the thermostat up a few degrees, just if you wouldn't mind.
Ooh, I'm sorry I'm late. Philippe, get in here. We've got an interviewee. Philippe, come in here.
Yes.
Okay, so it says on your resume you're very good at changing things, right? Changing things. That's what this restaurant's all about. We're about change, okay? Tell him, Philippe, what do we do in the daytime?
In the daytime, we are a lovely French restaurant. And it's the night time. See, we become Spanish and we bring out taco and we think maybe we do a little something more. Maybe for lunch hour, we decide to be something else. So
yeah, we're talking about like a bento breakfast. It's an idea we're working on. We feel like the accent's a little too broad to start integrating right now and could be insensitive, but it's something that we're considering.
Philomena, you're moving around so much. I'm all about permanence here.
No, this is a water feature, and water features, you have to let them flow. You have to let them flow with go with the flow, honestly.
How am I supposed to capture this movement in my art? Can't you be still?
If you build me a container, I'll fill it.
Tag out Philomena. So I have some questions. We're looking for a new artist for our very high concept restaurant. And I'm looking at your portfolio and I can't tell if the medium you work in is human sculpture or if the medium you work in is like portraiture, but you use the human sculptures as your inspiration. Can you take us through that a little bit?
We'll see. What I actually do is have my subject stand as still as they can for as long as possible until finally their bodies just seize and freeze.
Tag out both. Yep. This new gig as the balloon guy at the car dealership is about all I'm good for, but man, the circulation is fantastic. Yeah, come on over for the sale. Come on over. Hello, right here. Hello.
Yes, you seem to be very fluent in what you are doing. Perhaps you would like to work at a place where we constantly are changing and moving around like you and your flailing arms.
It'd be great, except for I'm rooted to the spot.
Tag out the balloon man. So, I'm sorry. I really appreciate you coming over to my table. I ordered steak frite, and I thought it'd be really nice. It's right at sunset. The view outside is beautiful. But all of a sudden, I think I'm eating fajitas.
Si, senor. You see, at the nighttime hour, we are no longer the restaurant you ordered from before. So it is like Cinderella, really, but with food.
Is this a Basque restaurant? Because you're speaking Spanish with a very French accent.
Tag out customer. Hello, I'm a lawyer for Pixar, and we've gotten reports that you're calling your restaurant Ratatouille. You may not be aware, but that is our intellectual property. And your restaurant isn't even that good, to be honest with you.
They take
Philippe.
extreme offense to that.
Philippe, it's sunset.
Oh.
Excuse me, Pixar representative, Mr. Katzenberg. Why don't you go check out our sign? I have a feeling you may have been mistaken.
See.
Oh.
Go check out the sign.
I will. I'll be back.
So I just worry that you guys are changing the restaurant to please me. And I just don't want that. I want your restaurant to be the restaurant you want to have. And if it's going to be one or the, like, if you're going to switch and that's what is right for you, I just feel like there was a lot more energy when you were really committed to the French restaurant. The accent was better, it was a little more solid. You felt more confident as a French restaurant.
I would have to second that, because I'm a lawyer for I'm a lawyer for Rick Bayless. Rick Bayless is who I'm a lawyer for, and I don't appreciate that the sign that this Mexican restaurant is called Mexican Every Day.
All right, you're really triggering me right now, lawyer for Rick Bayless, because you're reminding me of the time I screwed up my vows.
And I got to
Lost my
tell you
passion.
that I found out that you've been having a Portuguese breakfast.
Well, hold
Damn
on.
right.
I
I've been
don't-
having a Portuguese breakfast, and I've been sleeping with that human sculptor.
I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, and I'm not speaking for Frederick when I'm saying this, but everyone's negativity is starting to make me uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Getting a little hot in here.
It's really hot.
Oh, it's 8.
Oh.
That's what happens at 8. It gets
See.
it's a
Soft
Brazilian
serve.
steakhouse at 8 o'clock.
Fuck this place.
I like that music. Hopefully that won't get us like stricken.
No,
That's
it
too
won't.
short. We're good.
That's copyright free.
Yes.
I have used royalty-free music that I purchased for YouTube videos and still gotten copyright strikes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
This
Yeah,
is this
but you
is
can
out of
appeal
the
it.
this is out of the
It's-
YouTube copyright YouTube
Okay, if you're using
license
Yeah.
library.
Yeah, this was
You'll be
something
good
that
for
I bought
that.
off of a different licensing library and used.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming to the show, everybody.
Yes.
Before we get into a deep dive on copyright issues,
Yeah, don't get
Thanks.
sued.
Thanks for having us, Ray.
Yes. Thank you. And
thank you, Ray.
Give it up for Ray.
yay!
Ray. He
kept
sculpted all
thinking-
of us. Just the
I
same
kept
way he
thinking,
sculpted
I was
us.
all ready for that bit, and then I couldn't stop thinking about Rick Steves, and I was like, that's wrong. That's the wrong person.
Rick Steves would love that restaurant.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
even-
Be
Yeah,
hot.
But it
about it.
wasn't. That wasn't the joke.
He'd have his fanny pack.
If
And
you would have been Rick Steve, that'd have been great. You could have come through the back door, and that would have been.
Yes.
I can see Rick Bayless in my mind, and I couldn't come up with his name. Oh.
The hard
It's okay. I have no Spanish accent, which
I know. I put you on the spot there.
Jeremy, I was on mute during your first beat of that.
He was laughing.
I was losing my mind. So funny. Oh my god! I almost unmuted just so you could hear the joy of my.
That would have been fantastic.
yes, it would.
All right. Before we say goodbye to the audience. I believe a few of you have projects to plug. I think
Oh,
if
boy.
you do it yourselves, will give the best representation. Let's start
Sure.
with Quinn.
Why not? I have a YouTube channel. It's Typhon is King. That is the name of my YouTube channel. I post a bunch of weird random stuff on there. Sometimes I do animations, sometimes I dance, sometimes I sing music, and sometimes there's sketches. Who knows what I'm going to do, but I'm working on a bunch of stuff now, and if you went over there and checked it out, it'd be cool.
Yay.
Cool.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Since you say so, Jeremy, you're next.
Oh, sure. So I'm going to be streaming a one-person play that doesn't really exist yet, sometime in the next couple of months. More information can be found on the website for the theater company that Michelle and I operate together. And that is birchswingerensemble.com. It's a shiny new website, and search engine optimization would be much easier if people logged on and clicked on it. So don't even see the show, just log on to the website, and I'd be much obliged.
How about Remy? I think Remy's got one.
Yeah, so this is not really improv or directly comedy related, but I write and edit for the dailywtf.com, thedailywtf.com, where we collect IT horror stories, real life, things that happen to people who work in the IT industry, and then we tell the stories. It's sometimes funny and usually sad.
All right, Michelle,
Also
what do you
exciting.
got?
Oh yeah, so for anyone who stumbled onto this YouTube channel in the dark of night, I will be finishing a Master of Fine Arts degree at the end of May. So if you're looking for a teacher of children, college-aged people, adults who has experience in poetry, literature, or business writing, feel free to email me at mlisifko, that's Lesifko, @gmail.com for a resume. I'll be happy to come in for an interview, and I'll be in any phase you want.
Hey.
Do you ever combine those? Have you ever done business writing in the form of poetry?
Don't tempt her.
Oh.
As a liquid.
You can turn your resume into a haiku. It would be pretty impressive.
And links to those projects can be found in the description below the video.
All right, I have one thing to plug.
Go for it.
I'm planning on winning either the Powerball or whatever the other one's called. So
Mega
if
Millions.
everyone could just say, wish me luck, I would appreciate it. So thanks.
Best of luck.
I was going to say, if we wish
wait.
you luck, are you going to share it?
Powerball drawing, that's not tonight, is it?
Friday.
Friday? Perfect. Then I still have a chance to get a ticket, maybe.
Yeah, I'd like to. Not to. Maybe I've already won for the team. I did win $2 on Tuesday. So
Well, That's good.
That's
Blaine.
impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
So -6 on the week, but everyone's a winner. It's your winner in the heart if you feel you're a winner.
It's very
Right.
satisfying to get that ticket scanned at that little machine, right? That's very satisfying.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and you can buy whatchamacallit right there. They're usually
Right
right
there.
there. You can just get 'em.
That's how you lose your winning. You're supposed to reinvest.
That's
now
now you tell.
that you're talking about candy bars,
No, keep
I'm
it.
huge, does anyone else
Everything.
like
Everybody's a winner.
Yes.
What was that, Ron?
Hey,
and Nutrageous bars are fantastic.
Outrageous. Yeah.
That's right.
Just
That's the
something
last plug of the night. Nutrageous. Everybody try it if you haven't.
I
If you
highly
have,
recommend them.
rediscover it.
Nutrageous, get it? Rage.
Ah.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Are we out?
I feel bad for not personally thanking the 3 people who may have watched it.
Yeah.